It's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
So Shelby, is Rob still with the AP? Hey, Shelly.
Yes,
I was asking, how's Rob? Is he still feeling really achy?
he is. He's been sleeping on the couch all day.
Okay. You guys just can't catch a break.
I know. We can't.
Yes, can't. All right, I'm gonna go mute so you can pay attention. It should be coming shortly, I hope.
Hi, Annie.
Hello, how's it going, Will?
It's going all right. How's it going with you?
It's hanging in there. Things are, you know, they are what they are, so happily employed.
Agree on that.
Yeah. Am I the first one on here, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shelly and Nancy are on here too, but
Oh,
first
okay.
KEB member.
Cool. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Zoom lately, so you know.
Well versed.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're all doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good. I'm gonna mute myself just for the time being.
Okay.
And I'll join
Yeah,
in a
I'm gonna do
second.
the same.
Okay, great.
Hi, Keely.
Hi.
We're just waiting on everybody else to
Yeah, sometimes
roll in.
they haven't used it yet, have a hard time with it.
Hi, Keely.
Hi.
This is Annie.
Hi. I just see pretty flowers.
Yes, that's me.
Be back in just
Hi there.
Hey, Bob.
I guess
Hey,
Shelley was
Bob.
getting us started. Hang on a second. Hi. Hi, Keely.
Hello.
This is Annie. I'm here too. Hello.
I see Annie. All I see is a nice plant.
Yeah, that's me. You got it.
Hey, Nancy.
There's Nancy. There's
Hey,
Rachel.
Hey, everyone. Hello.
Oh,
There's
you're at
Will.
work, Will?
Hello, everybody.
What, somebody's actually at work?
I know. This is day 2.
Oh, really? You've been at home?
Yep. The drive was much shorter before this week. But
Yeah.
real quick, just so I don't forget. So it looks like Michael is still missing, but I assume he'll get here at some point. Other than that, it wasn't mentioned in any of the emails. So, but as far as kind of this meeting and future ones, if you have a webcam or anything like that, the city manager kind of wants us to have cameras for basically to make sure that people are there for the quorum, and then just kind of across the board kind of policy. So if you don't have one right now, that's totally fine. But kind of for future ones, try to do that if you can. But I think that's kind of all I have on that front, unless I'm missing something, Shelley.
No, well, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to
So-
go ahead and get started, Bob?
Yeah. Are you recording this? Is Shelley recording it, or is there a?
It
Yeah.
is being recorded.
Okay. So should I call us to order? Is that the order of the day?
Yes, Bob.
Yeah.
Do we need more people to start?
Nope, this should be
There's Mike.
should be everybody.
Now we got everybody. Mike's coming on now. Yes, indeedy.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Michael.
How's it going?
Well, I'll call us to order at, by my watch, 6:37
5:37.
or 5:37. I was thinking 6:37.
6:37 somewhere.
My time sense is all warped.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, let's take a roll call so that we all know who's here. I'm Bob Stephenson, Chairman.
Keely
Uh,
Sugden, co-chair.
Will Charles, City of Inglewood.
Michael Chisholm.
Annie Barrow.
Rachel Pelia.
Shelley Warwick, City of Inglewood.
Hetty, I think you're on mute.
Hetty, are you muted? Well,
Maybe we
that's
could circle
enough
back
for,
on that one.
that's enough for a quorum anyway. Okay. And Joe says that he may be late because of what's going on with the water and sewer board. So we will start without him and we'll see if anything comes up, if he makes it. Is there any old business that we need to take care of?
We need to approve the
Oh, first we got to
minutes.
approve the minutes, don't we? I've got to find them.
I didn't see them.
They should be on the agenda that got sent out. Here, I can resend this link real quick.
Oh, I see something coming up. Was it sent by you?
It should be from that City of Inglewood. And I'm not sure what the exact email address is called. Do you know what the like email is on that one, Shelley?
Let's see.
It was the second email I sent out, not the Zoom meeting info, but the regular one I sent out.
I got it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Does it say KEB?
Yeah, it should just be the KEB agenda. I'm sending it to you
Looking
guys
for
right
the
now,
email.
just in case you need it.
Oh, here it is. Joe. No. Wait a minute.
I got the agenda, but I don't see the minutes.
There should be a little link in the agenda. You can click.
Okay.
Since you guys all.
Oh, there it
click the
is. Draft minutes, yes.
Yeah.
Once I get to the, that was the one that I wasn't at because I was just getting back into town, right?
Right.
Yes, yeah, you weren't there, Bob.
Holy cow, that seems like years ago.
Do we want to try for a first and second on it? Or has everyone had a chance to look at it?
I looked at it out first.
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
I
And any opposed? I didn't think so. All right. Okay. So that was, okay, got it.
Let's see, I lost it. Hang on.
What are you looking for, Bob?
Oh, I'm trying to get the whole
Agenda?
agenda going and all. Okay. Oh, I see. That is all if people want to attend or have any comments or anything. Okay. The first item is the litter index, and apparently some of you have done the litter index, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Annie and I did it.
There's plenty of time to walk, to go for a
Yeah.
walk, so I did it.
I haven't done mine yet, but I'll send it over in the next couple of days.
No problem.
I just needed the form for it.
Yeah. Do you guys know if there was, I remember we talked about at the last meeting that there was a couple of kind of KAB kind of overarching, like bigger, kind of more detailed ones. Is that what you guys were working off of, or kind of just more the information that I had originally kind of pulled off the KAB website, where it was kind of like a one paragraph kind of like
I used the stuff we got at the last meeting.
I
Okay.
used the one paragraph real quick, you know, is it 1 to 6, I think it was, or 1 to 5.
Right. Okay.
That's just based on litter only.
Okay. Do we want to do that for all the other ones then, just to kind of keep it consistent for this one?
I think consistency is a good thing.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'll resend that little example page with it then.
Okay.
Did anybody find anything that stood out, or was it actually pretty clean? Mike and I talked, and from what I've seen, the whole town is really pretty clean, as
Yeah,
one
look down
might
the street.
expect.
Yeah,
And
well,
look
I walked Bates and Roman, and both of them were relatively clean. I think the better the score, the lower, and both, one was a 1, one was a 2. So they were both really pretty clean. Real residential neighborhoods. So it's good.
That's what I found.
Yeah, looking through old
I
years,
mean-
it seems like that's pretty consistent, which is a good thing.
The last time that I was at the Civic Center, just before everything closed down, I was noticing it was clean. And of course, the contractor keeps up everything, inside the curbs, and that was pretty well done. But the gutters and stuff had a lot of cigarette butts and stuff in it. And I was gonna get back over there, and I haven't yet, to see if that had been cleaned up or whatever. But what I've driven down through past Walmart and a lot of those areas, and they may be getting more litter now, but they were really pretty clear And they were pretty open too, although there were quite a few cars parked in different places. I was surprised at how busy they seemed to be. But Mike, do you remember, or have you heard, has anybody heard, if they delayed the deadline for the litter index?
No, I haven't heard anything from anybody. I don't know if there's a hard deadline or not on it, but
I got an email from Jason, I think yesterday or today. It was something about it, and kind of like precautions around it. I haven't had a chance to kind of read through it. It was pretty long, but if there's anything in there, I'll let you guys know on that front.
Okay.
So Will, if you send us those forms, we'll just fill them in and scan them back to you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Or I mean, even if you just want to send me an email with,
Okay.
hey, here's the what I found, and
Okay.
I can just I'll just put it back
Will
into
do.
the KEB website.
Okay.
Okay. So let's set a deadline of by the Memorial Day weekend,
Sure.
Okay.
just the end of May, to get them in. And that way we can have them before our next meeting. And if we need them, if you find out anything, Will, beyond that, let us know.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be completely fine.
But
Sure.
I think that's pretty much, and it sounded to me like the last time we talked about it, that basically the litter index was more for our use and stuff, that they might compile some data, but it's basically for the local entities. And so we'll want to plug in on that. And then let's just that's the main thing that we had to deal with. The next thing that is on the agenda is our relationship with Keep America Beautiful, and then just I want to kind of discuss what we might do if things open up. But my gut feeling is that we can't really decide anything right now because everything is very tentative. But let's talk a little bit about our relationship with Keep America Beautiful. And Hetty, you had worked on getting applying for the grants, right?
Yes, I did. I turned it in by, what was that, April 10th, if I remember correctly, was the deadline, and I had it turned in. I haven't heard back. I had
I haven't either.
used Will's email for that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either on that front. Did they say if they would be like responding through email for that? Do you know, or anything like that?
There was there was not a lot of information. There wasn't. I even went on their website, the Keep America Beautiful website. And one thing they did say there is, do not go around picking up litter right now. We're not to do that. And they didn't give a date.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen anything for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no way. I mean, as I'm walking, I have this instinct to pick something up or whatever. And I just I got this big no. That just leaps right out at me. Part of that's my park background and part of it's being on this committee, but I mean, there's just no way that I'm touching anything at all at this point. So anyway, my thinking is, and unless you find something more, either Mike or Will, I think the organization has kind of, ground to a halt like anything else is. And if they're doing anything, it's all like we are with Zoom. And I don't know if there's any, if we can expect any response directly.
I've seen them pop up on Facebook, and they've been posting some things on Facebook. So I don't know if you guys might want to follow them. Just look for Keep America Beautiful. I was surprised, but they just popped up in my feed one day, and they have been posting some stuff.
So they're doing stuff, which I thought they might be, but I don't know if they're actually making any decisions or not. So,
Bob, can I just give a little update? I got an invite about a week ago. They did an overview on their portal, and I attended that. It was like a Zoom session. You pretty much just had to listen to it. It was a good overview. And then on coming up on May 13th, which is tomorrow at 2 p.m., there's going to be another session explaining how their portal works. I was planning on listening in on that. Anybody's invited. I'm increasingly impressed with what they're offering in terms of structure. The portal itself is a pretty strong tool. So one thing we could do over the next month or two is we could all get more familiar with the portal and what its functionality is and how we might use it. I think it'll really help us structure and prioritize our activities, because they kind of walk you down the path of articulating your plan, your annual plan or what have you. So anyways, I don't know if you got an invite or not for that, Will, but I know there's something going to happen tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. It's open to any of us. And like I said, I'll try to attend it. But
do you have an invite? Is it a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, it is, but I haven't gotten an invite yet. But I think Jason or somebody was going to send them out. So as of this moment, I do not have an invite, but the last one I got that same day. So I'll check tomorrow morning. If anybody's interested, I could forward it to you, or maybe go through Will. I don't know. Will, are you getting anything from Jason?
I'm getting things from Jason, but I don't recall seeing that.
Okay.
So yeah, if I see anything, I'll forward it along.
They're really friendly, and the more the merrier. I mean, they really are inviting people to join in, and like I said, the portal is a really powerful tool. But I think one of the things we could decide is what functionality do we want to use. Just as an example, when the day comes when we can do a park cleanup or a recycling day or a leaf pickup, it's a great way to just enter names and also to track volunteers. We've been talking about getting volunteers for events above and beyond us. That portal, we can do that. We can enter people's names in, and then at the end of the event, you can track the time, and then it creates a report that, KEB was responsible for X number of volunteer hours on this event. These are the people who participated. And we could send that to City Council just to give them an update on what we're up to. That alone, I think, is a step in the right direction. But But anyways, that's all I have to report. I don't have any real granular insight into what the portal does. Right now I have a good overview.
Okay. Yeah, if you would forward that to me. I've got a meeting right before that, and I don't know if it'll be going on.
Okay.
Sometimes we restart after the 40 minutes, but if I can remember, I'll try and join in.
All right.
And yeah, so I think there's some resources out there, and I'm actually excited to try and tie in a little bit more and see what we can accomplish, or if we can get some direction or some backing, and if Hetty's application goes through, or we get some feedback from that, even if we don't get a grant, we at least have a background now and possibly can do more in the future. But I think we've got as good a shot at getting a grant as anybody. So I really appreciate that, Hetty. I hope that we
Yes,
can.
thank you, Hetty.
Oh, yeah. I hope we get it.
I really hope that we can not have to go through all the headaches that you had to go through. But we may just have to figure that out. There may be an easier way or something. I don't know, but they should save the application. That's what I don't understand. So.
Well, and hopefully we're not in a pandemic during the next
Right.
during the
Yeah.
next application
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah. So, I mean, that may have been the problem right there, but anyway. So I think we've made major strides in that, much more than I even expected last winter or whatever. And it's kind of going in a direction that I, to be honest, wasn't totally expecting, but I think it's good. And I think that's something that we really need to do. And I really appreciate you taking that bull by the horns, Mike.
Sure.
So I will continue to kind of lean on your guidance on that, and we'll just keep moving forward. So moving on to volunteer events, I think that's going to be a low priority for society for a while. I mean, some people may have time, but until we get this sorted out and just get functioning somewhat, I don't foresee doing anything in July. And as far as our September events, that may be in jeopardy too. Do you have any input into that, Will?
Well, maybe we just kind of go down the list of them in order. Because I mean, as of right now, yeah, I think as far as like the summer, I think the next one is the litter cleanup on June 27th. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think as far as like since we are kind of a city organization, I don't foresee that one really being something that probably is going to happen, when it comes closer to like September, it could be kind of anything. And also, I mean, so September is HHW, where there is some, kind of contact between people, but there's really not that much. And we could probably do things to reduce that. But I mean, that's kind of, I actually kind of wanted to ask you guys about that and see what y'all's opinion on, the kind of the education series in August, and then that one in September, and kind of see where we're thinking on those.
Yeah, I was thinking about the education in August, and what I've been doing for my job at the Gardens is doing a lot of Zoom and webinars instead of in person. So if there's a way that we could just set up a Zoom and just have everyone on mute, and then I could give a presentation and take questions after, I'd be happy to do that. We just need to sort of figure out, the administration of that, who could help me do that on the web.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be great. And
Would we use Zoom for that?
I'm using Zoom for, tomorrow I'm giving a WaterWise seminar for the town of Greeley. And what they're doing is they'll have an administrator to set up that meeting, and they set it up such that anyone that's joining is automatically muted so they can't interrupt. And then the administrator also fields the text questions that come in.
Okay.
And so I'll present, and then after I'm finished, I can take questions from the administrator. And anything we can't get to, they can email, and I can email answers.
Well, maybe we could imitate that.
Yeah. So if we could have, I don't know if Keely and I want to do that. Keely could do, I don't know how comfortable you are, or she is with doing that setup, or if someone from the city could help and do it through the city's webinar platform, or.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing that as far as the kind of panels portion, if need be.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, if someone else wants to, I'm not gonna.
Just as an example, this is a good example. When we're using the portal, and when we have names of people who want to sign up to either attend these kinds of events or to volunteer to help out on these kinds of events, I'm pretty sure we can use the portal as like an all points bulletin to go out to all those people and remind them, that this event's going to happen on Saturday or whatever the day is. So that's just one more thing that I'm going to look into, because I know, communication, but when we have a list of interested attendees, I think that's something we could leverage off of, and maybe even try to promote things in advance. And then that way we can even remind them in advance that tomorrow is the event or whatever. So maybe we're moving in the right direction. It's just a slow process, that's all.
yeah, I was gonna say too, that, if we plan something like in August, or, it might work to get it to a place that in person might be an option, depending on how things go by that time. But I would guess that we'd be better off just to prioritize Zoom and assume that Zoom would be the main meeting even at that time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. And then I don't know, somewhere down the road, maybe we could do outdoor events. Again, the city has to give us guidance and all the experts, but for some of the programs that we're talking about, if they're not indoors, that makes a difference. If things open up, maybe that's something down the road we could do.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe as far as that, when we revisit it next month, because the meeting's on August 5th. So if we, or not the meeting, sorry, the WaterWise class, that's what I was scheduled for. So if we, we kind of make that decision next
Okay.
month about, webinar or in person, I think that should give
Yeah.
us plenty of time.
Good.
Does that work?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so kind of on that same vein though, household hazardous waste. I don't know if we'll be able to do it as far as city requirements. That kind of all depends on what Tri-County Health tells us. But if it is possible, is that something you guys want to do in September, or not have it this year?
Well, if the city's allowing it, I think I'd be okay with it.
Me too.
Yeah, I would like to, I think it would be prudent for us to move forward as if it's going to happen.
Okay.
And then we will have our ducks at least in a row if something does happen. And to me, it would seem easier to cancel something than to try and get the planning in place.
Right.
And that would, of course, it's probably going to be a lot of the footwork could still be up to you, Will, but when we were talking about that, that's what we were talking about, was finding volunteers and not having to rely on all of the committee members as much. But that may be, the committee members right now may be our only shot to hold it, I think.
That's still in September, so we're a ways away on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, because I probably this month I need to start working on the going out for bids for it. But if we're all kind of in agreement that we would be okay with doing it if it's possible, barring some sort of no we can't, then I'll start working on that.
Yeah, I would think that it would be prudent to at least have some rough ideas and some dates so that we can throw them into the hopper. And then with the education thing in August too, to continue with that, and especially if Annie has a basic format or a basic plan of what she would be teaching, then it would not be out of line or out of reach to implement it. But the thing is to get the publicity and attract some attention to it, because my experience is that people are hungry to try and get back to something normal. And if we can help them with that, I think it would be very good.
Do we have a means of pushing communication, like a Facebook page or an affiliate page under the Keep America Beautiful? How do you guys traditionally push out information?
Through the city, we have a Facebook and kind of all of the major media things. As far as KEB, Michael, I don't know if you have any more knowledge on that.
I'm sorry, you asking me, Will?
Yeah.
I have an impression. I'm still learning. My impression is that we could have mailing lists or connections or I mean, if we just had a list of friends of KEB, I think we could be communicating to them on a regular basis, which I think would be a good idea. I'm still going to school on this, but I do think that there's ways to use that portal, and that if people will give us their email address, you know, we could, there's a function right there, just build, you know, a list of friends of KEB. People who say, yeah, I may or may not volunteer, but keep me posted. I'd like to know what you guys are up to. That might be a way of doing it, but I don't have confidence enough to, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm kind of hoping that we're able to do that, but I can't say for sure that we will.
But as far as like KAB,
Right.
media, there's, okay.
Because I'm just thinking if a lot of these events are going to get canceled, I mean, Earth Day's already been canceled, and if one at the end of June, an alternative could be to push out information so people still, you know, remember KEB. And a lot of people are focusing on yard work, so there's some opportunity to speak to.
Right. Right. So I'll try to learn more and report back to you, but I think we're all agreeing that if we could better communicate using KAB and its resources, that would make a lot of sense. So I'll keep my fingers crossed and look into it and see what I can figure out.
Cool. Thank you.
Great. Okay. Then the leaf cleanup would be late October.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be out of our hands anyways. That'll be a Littleton call. But they're in the same county though, so they'll have all the same rules we do. So.
So, you know, and then the only other thing would be around Christmas, and that's, you know, way up in the air. So we'll just have to see about that. Outside of that, you know, I don't think there's anything really more that we have on our agenda right now.
I did want to bring up, you know, if we are in kind of a situation where these events start getting, you know, constantly canceled, you know, as far as our monthly meetings, if this is something where we don't have, you know, kind of any items to talk about, you know, I'll leave it up to, you know, the chair and vice chair, but, you know, we don't always have to have these meetings if there's not things to go through. I'm more than happy to sit here, you know, but just, you know, throwing that out there as well.
Yeah. Now, if we find, I think we should tentatively plan on doing something in June, because we may be able to find out what we can do with education, and we may be able to firm something more up for the fall. But I don't think that we will be doing anything volunteer at the end of June. And I would like to see also what our options are for promoting things. So that would be something that we could probably count on talking about in June.
Okay.
So, but after that, I'm wide open, and I don't really have a lot of need to talk or to meet if we don't have anything that we're going to be able to do. So, but I think, and nobody's decided anything like on the block party or anything like that, have they, Will?
Not that I've heard, but I also haven't asked as far as that one. Yeah, I think it's late August, so I would imagine they're probably waiting at this point.
Yeah. And we're kind of all in that boat too. So anyway, I don't know. I haven't seen anything from Joe, but I'm afraid that water and sewer has a lot going on. So.
Yep.
Should we adjourn?
Okay.
I will entertain a motion to do so.
Move to adjourn. No offense, anybody.
Alrighty.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Eddie second. It's good to see everybody. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird, but it's great.
Mhm.
And let's just plan on tentatively getting together in June. And if nothing has come up by then we don't have to meet. But I think we should plan on it anyway.
We could have a virtual wine and cheese party, Bob.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's
Cheers.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
we're adjourned.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Good evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.